And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Cool Kid 206, who writes, so, I read an article that actor/rapper Ice Cube left a project because it was required that everyone needed to be vaccinated. I wanted to know how you guys feel about a big actor leaving a project because it was required to get vaccinated. All right. Thanks a lot for sending in that question, man. And listen, first off, I should say, I don't care about the little behind the scenes squabble stuff like this. I don't. The only time it gets on my radar and that I actually start to care about it is when it has a direct impact on the movies we are or are not going to see. In this case, we have a movie called Oh Hell No. Terrible title, but whatever. A movie it's clearly a comedy called Oh Hell No that was going to be starring Ice Cube and Jack Black. And Jack Black is actually one of the main producers behind this film. Now, according to the story that is out there right now, there is a story that Ice Cube has left the movie, which is true, but that the reason he left the movie was because the producers of the movie are requiring that all cast and crew, at least level A cast and crew, be vaccinated. And according to a story in the Hollywood Reporter, they're saying that Ice Cube has left because he didn't want to get vaccinated. Now, something very important should be pointed out here. Neither the studio or the producers or Ice Cube have confirmed this. It's just, and now he has left the project, but that saying that he left because of COVID vaccination, that has not been confirmed by either the studio or the producers or Ice Cube himself. As of this moment, that's not been confirmed, but that is what the Hollywood Reporter is saying their sources are telling them. It makes it very interesting because Ice Cube himself has been a very vocal, he's even done campaigns, like a very vocal supporter of, mask wearing and all this kind of stuff. He's been very, very active about that, promoting it and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of surprising and it's kind of weird that somebody who's been so actively being a proponent of mask wearing and public responsibility and all that kind of stuff would then leave a movie with a reported $9 million payday, would leave a movie over vaccination. I mean, that just seems odd. It should also be pointed out, this is the second movie in a while that in the last couple of months that he's left. He was supposed to be in this movie called Flint, Fighting Flint or Flint Strong. I believe it was supposed to be a boxing movie. But anyway, he just recently left that project with no reason giving why he left that project. I just give that little bit of background information as some context. Okay. Now, I should also mention that I have met and hung out with Ice Cube. One time, Dennis Zen and I had a chance. We went into Hollywood and we literally got to hang out for an entire afternoon with Ice Cube. We were doing some promotion stuff for an upcoming movie he had. And I was there in my official capacity as the head of AMC Movie News. And I got to hang out for the whole afternoon with him. And he's awesome. All right. Now, granted, I only ever had the one day. I met him one other time, but I only really ever had the one day where I truly hung out with him. And all I can tell you is the dude's awesome. He was fun. He was funny. He would play along with everything. Even when I was leading some stuff in the interview, he would instantly, he's super smart on camera. He would instantly pick up where I was trying to lead him and he would totally go there. So again, he was humble. He was super nice. He was super friendly. I got nothing but positive things to say about Ice Cube as an individual from my very, very limited experience of hanging out with the dude. At any rate, so let's talk about this for a second. And by the way, we don't know that let's again, check ourselves. We don't know that the reason he left this project was over a vaccination issue, but that is what the Hollywood Reporter is reporting on. So let's for a second there assume that's the case, just for the sake of the discussion. Let's assume that report is true. And let's talk about what we think about that he was doing this movie with Jack Black and then decided to leave because he didn't want to get vaccinated. Well, I have two thoughts on that. Thought number one is, hey man, that's his right to do that. If he doesn't want to get, now obviously you guys know what I feel is the social responsible thing to do, that's to get vaccinated. That's my belief. But if Ice Cube, and we don't know that this is true, but we're assuming it just for the sake of the discussion, if Ice Cube doesn't want to get vaccinated, that's his right. If he doesn't want to do that, he doesn't have to do that. And that is his freedom to choose that for himself. So that's my one thought. My second thought on that is this, is that freedom, as we know, goes both ways. Freedom goes both ways. Because if you want to choose, and you have the right, if you want to choose not to get vaccinated, other people have the choice if they want to be around you or not. They have the choice and the freedom to decide if we want to subject ourselves to an unnecessary risk that you pose because you don't want to get vaccinated. And both sides are right. Ice Cube has every right not to get vaccinated if he doesn't want to. And other people have the right to say, hey, we don't want to be in a work environment with that person if they're not going to be vaccinated. And they have that freedom too. It goes both ways. So if a movie production and producers, and as a result of their insurance and all that kind of stuff, say, hey, look, we're making a requirement on our project, that people who fall under this category need to be vaccinated if they're going to be working on set and in close proximity to other people. We feel we need to provide for the safety and whatever of everybody else there, and everybody else there wants to feel safe and secure. We're making a requirement. It's their right to do it. And I think it's a responsible thing to do. But at the same time, Ice Cube has a right to not do it if he wants to. If he wants to walk away from that project on that basis, God bless. Let him. No problem. Now, again, it needs to be repeated a third time. There has been no confirmation from either the producers or Ice Cube that that's why he left. But if he did, that's kind of my take on it. And again, I don't normally care about this bullshit, but it is having a direct impact on a movie we have coming up, obviously that he's going to be doing with Jack Black, or was going to be doing with Jack Black. And so there it is. I think it's unfortunate. I actually think Jack Black and Ice Cube on screen together would be really funny. I think that would be really good chemistry. Ice Cube actually has a really good ability to make himself, he's got a Owen Wilson kind of talent, that he just has the ability, I find, to make himself have good chemistry on screen with whoever he's with. Even with Kevin Hart, I really like Kevin Hart too, but even with Kevin Hart, when they did their movies together, I thought they had tremendous chemistry together. And I just find he has the ability to do that. I think this would have been a terrific comedic pairing. But if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So that's kind of my take on it. I don't think there's anybody right or wrong here. Ice Cube's just doing what he has every right to do. I think the producers are just doing everything they have a right to do. And if that means they can't work together, then they can't work together. So it's no real big deal to me. Anyway, the question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Do you even think this is true? Because again, neither the studio nor Ice Cube himself has said this is actually what's happening here. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Do you even think it's true? If it is, do you have a particular thought on it? Whatever it is, jump on down to the comments section below and leave your thoughts there.